Hello, everybody. Welcome to TOI Digital. We are back again with our daily show, looking at all that's happening in Indian cricket beyond the boundary. Name of the show, and as always, we've got a power pack panel. We've got Aruni Basu joining us from Delhi, and we've got Amit Kumar joining us from Noida, and Gaurav Gupta from Mumbai. Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us once again on TOI Digital. And the topic for today, I already wanted to start off with you. Every other team in this 8 team Asia Cup are playing some kind of cricket, short form cricket, before the Asia Cup. India is the only team which will go in cold. Do you think Indian team is kind of undercooked in the lead up to the Asia Cup? Because individual players may have played T20 here and there, or may have played some cricket, but as a collective they haven't played, and there are some players who haven't played anything at all.
Yeah, I think to start with, I think they had planned it in a way. They had that Bangladesh tour which was cancelled a couple of months ago. So there was a plan that India would go into the tournament playing a limited over series, and that. But yes, if you look at the volume of cricket compared to other teams in the tournament, yes, India have not played that many T20s and white ball cricket as such. But I don't think that will have much of an impact in on the performances because they start with Oman, so they get a free warm-up game anyway, and they will reach there. Dubai, I think this is their second home for the Indian team, so I don't think that should have any impact on the Asia Cup because the standard of the tournament, as we have been talking about, is not A class anyway. So uh, even Pakistan is again we discussed just because of the geopolitical tensions, it's high, it generates that hype. But otherwise, I don't think India is going undercooked. Yeah, maybe they would take a few days. That's why they're traveling well in advance. I think they're leaving on fourth, I guess, fourth or fifth. The team is leaving there, leaving for the for Dubai. So yes, I think whatever cobwebs are there can be shrugged off when they reach Dubai, I guess. Yeah.
Amit, we've seen individual players. Surya Kumar Yadav played the Mumbai League and then went and underwent an operation.
Mm.
Hardik Pandya has not played since the end of the IPL. Akshar Patel has not played anything since the end of the IPL. Abhishek Sharma has not played anything since the end of the IPL. Shivam Dubey played in Mumbai T20. Uh, and some of the other players, Shubman was busy with the Test series. Jasprit Bumrah is handled with care. But there are like Kuldeep and Arshdeep didn't play anything in England. Uh, Individually, the players are also looking like they need a bit of game time.
Yeah, absolutely. If we talk about Chandrasekhar, like T20 cricket right now, the Indian team played their last T20I series was against England in February. So there was a lot of time. After that, they played the IPL. And but if we look at the other countries like Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Pakistan, in fact UAE, Sri Lanka, in fact, they played the T20I series after that in between. But recently if you look at just a squad, I mean Indian squad I'm talking about, just three players. Harshit Rana, he's playing Delhi Premier League. He just recently concluded Delhi Premier League. The Rinku Singh, he was in UP T20, and then Sanju Samson, he's playing in Kerala League. I mean Kerala Cricket League is happening. So apart from these three players, I feel that none of the players like have played most of the T20I games. So somewhat I feel that India are bit will be bit undercooked, and but looking at their group, I mean they have Oman, they have UAE, the host, they have Pakistan. The only opposition they must be worried about they are Pakistan, obviously. That's the big game, and I think the other two games is going to be quick cakewalk. And considering their performance, I mean the Indian player performance, I believe that the undercook will not be the topic that we would be discussing after that the Asia Cup. I mean, it is going to be the easy ride for Indian team.
Uh, uh, Gaurav, when the Bangladesh series was about to be cancelled or when it was cancelled, we heard a lot of things and from highly placed sources, and some already also knows about what I'm going to ask. That कोई घर पे नहीं बैठेगा, कोई खाली नहीं बैठेगा, and we will play this. Bangladesh arranged a T20 series against Netherlands instead of playing or gathering in COE and stuff like that. Should India have arranged a three-match T20 series, say even against Nepal or some other team, or whoever is available, so that that side or they should have played like a India versus India a T20 match or something of that sort. I'm just saying that as a collective, would it have been better for the Indian team leading up to the Asia Cup?
Not really, I think, Chandresh. We've just come off a five-test series, rigorous series. I mean, Arani
But
was there; he would
but
know. But
but Gaurav,
see,
but not the
yeah.
same players are playing this, no? That's a
नहीं,
separate
but
team.
कुछ
This is
players
a
तो है ना,
separate team.
Chandresh. Shubman Gill
No,
is
three,
there.
four,
Shubman Gill is there.
just
Jasprit Bumrah is
three
there.
or four,
You know.
just two or three players maximum. Not
नहीं,
everybody.
but I
Not
believe that when BCCI secretary Mr. Saikia met the Devajit Saikia, when he met the players in England, they were very clear that they were not keen on cricket for a month at least after that grueling series, and they needed some kind of an off season, some kind of a break. So that has also, apart from of course the tensions with Bangladesh and so on and so forth, the geopolitical reasons, जो series वो cancel हुई, वो होती तो डेफिनेटली बहुत अच्छा होता, and this question would not have arisen, and we would not have been doing this show. But वो problem आई, but I agree that see थोड़ा undercooked है. But then at the same time, I really don't think, as Arani said, the quality of the opposition, and also I mean UAE is almost like our second home also. हम भी तो अभी चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी खेले हैं, वहां पे भी हम जीते भी, ठीक है. So sometimes not playing too much cricket is also a good thing. We are coming off fresh. हाँ, I agree that the guys who played in the IPL have not played much after anything after that. Okay, but then they also, I guess, Duleep Trophy had to be given that priority, because BCCI has been saying for a while that domestic players need to play in your India players need to be playing in Duleep Trophy and all that. तो वो भी थोड़ा सा issue था. तो but I don't think really this under, because see, they're reaching on fourth, so they'll have enough days to and actually, I mean, with all respect to due respect to Oman and UAE, those will be virtually like warm up games. And Pakistan तो जिस तरह से आजकल खेल रहा है, वो भी एक तरीके से मतलब कोई ऐसा बहुत भयंकर चैलेंज नहीं हमारे सामने इस टूर्नामेंट में, फॉर दैट मैटर, unless Afghanistan are in full flow or Sri Lanka is playing a surprise. I really don't see that कोई बहुत ज्यादा कुछ हमारा मतलब इससे ये फैक्टर कोई बहुत ज्यादा काउंट होगा. थोड़ा रस्टी होगा. इनफैक्ट I did a story with Lalchand Rajput, talking to Mr. Lalchand Rajput, who's the UAE coach, and Mr. Sulakshan Kulkarni, who's the assistant coach of the deputy head coach of Oman. And Sulakshan Kulkarni was actually counting on this factor. I did the story for Mumbai Mirror. And Mr. Sulakshan Kulkarni was capitalizing, was looking to capitalize on this particular factor, जो जिसपे आज हम ये show कर रहे हैं, that India will be rusty and we will look to take advantage of that, because in T20 cricket you never know. Suddenly you're rusty, पता चला आपने 110 120 रन बनाए and सामने वाली team is suddenly 76 for 1 in 8-10 overs. You are very well in with a chance to cause a major upset. ठीक है ना. So वो factor है, but then sometimes I guess थोड़ा सा off season होना भी जरूरी है. अभी इंग्लैंड का तो पूरा एक लंबा ऑफ सीजन होता है, once their season is done, and then they go for their winter tours in November, December. So all countries have it. So I guess thoda sa players also needed that break. I mean, this is the last big break that I can imagine. The first big break since the 2003 World Cup के बाद एक लंबा 3-4 महीने का break आया था, where the Indian team was not in action at all, apart from a Bangladesh series. After the World Cup, I think they went to Bangladesh. और उसके बाद ये suddenly बहुत बड़ा break आया. Should not have happened. Not ideal to sit idle at home in September. But अब ठीक है, I guess a lot of cricket awaits them, and this could actually be a refreshing break for them in that sense.
Arani, we have some questions from our subscribers. We'll start taking them one by one. Let's see. Arvind Atreas, our regular subscriber, says only India are undercooked. If we lose, how many jobs will be at risk? Arvind Atreas also says Abhishek, Samson, Sky, Tilak can't play on slow pitches. Varun got belt treatment in IPL, and last time he played against Pakistan. Who will score against Pakistan, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka? Surya, Samson will only bash UAE, Oman. So, Aruni.
If we have to worry about UAE and Oman and
No. They're saying that they will only score against UAE and Oman.
see, yeah, if we have to worry about scoring against Pakistan on slow pitches and everything, then I think we have not picked the right team. If with this team, if we have to worry about it, yes, it will depend on the kind of surfaces that we play. Remember, BCCI is the host here, and when the Champions Trophy was played, India played on, I think, ultra slow tracks in Dubai, where you could play that extra spinner. There was just only, I think in the finals they just played one frontline pacer in Shami, and Hardik was bowling with the new ball. So that depends. Scoring runs will depend on the surfaces. But to allow, if it's difficult for the Indian batters to score runs, it will be doubly difficult for the Pakistani batters. I'm telling you, Varun Chakravarti from 2021 is very different. He knows his game better. He used to bowl a bit wide off stump. He's got his line straighter now. He gives them. It's like you cannot afford to miss his deliveries right now at this moment, the way he bowls. And if Kuldeep gets in with the quality of bowling is very high. I mean, with Bumrah and everything. Yes, one odd T20 match can slip up, can happen. That happened in the last T20 Asia Cup that was played in 2022. India could not qualify for the final. I remember Rahul Dravid was the coach, but there was no Bumrah there. There was no Bumrah. Jadeja wasn't available at that time.
So Karan Tyagi has
So
just messaged. He's saying, "Sir, किसी को हल्का ना लो. 2022 एशिया कप याद है ना?"
yeah. If at all there's a problem, I think there will be a problem or an issue that needs to be addressed immediately is the combination. That's because India has not played with, didn't have their all their resources available for a long time in T20 cricket since the last T20 World Cup. This time you have those players who have not played T20 international cricket for a year, and then to get that combination right, I think that will take some time to get for adjustment. Otherwise, let's get this straight. Yes, heads will roll if we don't qualify, will roll or will be at stake, jobs will be at stake if we don't qualify for the final year. But the broader picture is this: this is a preparatory tournament for the T20 World Cup. We are worrying about not preparing enough for the Asia Cup. We are playing another, I think, 20 T20s before the World Cup. That's a lot of games. And so we need to view this tournament like that, not saying that we should not look at not look at winning the tournament. Last time India struggled in the tournament was because India had seven captains in 1 year. They did not have a settled team in Dubai. When they reached Dubai, when Rohit Sharma took charge of that, they had not played together, this unit. So that they could not figure out if Dinesh Karthik had to play or Rishabh Pant or where would Hardik Pandya bat, where will Akshar Patel bat. That was that issue, and by the time they got the hang of it, they missed the train. They lost to Sri Lanka and they lost to Pakistan as well in the, I think, the Super Four stages. That's where they struggled. Otherwise, I think without, I think they should not panic at this moment. I think that's the first thing. India has, they are the defending champions. Uh, on paper, they're far better than rest of the teams. At least in this tournament compared to 2022. We were still figuring out if the seniors fit into that team. And again, Bumrah was not available and all that. Bumrah makes a huge difference. You take away 4 overs, just the opposition is playing virtually playing a 16, 17 over a game then with Bumrah playing for India. So that has to be taken into account. Yeah, I'm not saying India will string roll, but yes, there will be challenges. But you have to look at those challenges as a preparation for the T20 World Cup.
Okay, Amit, I'm just going to take this two questions related to this Irfan Pathan thing that has cropped up, and people are commenting and asking question again and again. I want a brief reply from you, Amit. Mitali Shekhawat says, "Sir, what do you think that it has become a trend that players of 2009 and 2011 batch played? Whatever went wrong with them, the reason for that is Dhoni has been blamed for everything. Is it right?" And Bhavik Aswani says, the Irfan Pathan said in regards to MS Dhoni recently, "I don't have a habit of setting up hookah. That's why I was dropped from Team India." Now, I don't know in what context all this was said, but uh, this what is this trend that is happening right now?
I believe from these comments is like directly targeted to, not targeted. I mean, what I assume that is, we believe that it's all about selection that has happened from the Indian selectors. Shreyas Iyer, his selection, like his his exclusion from the team became the big talking point. Why it was not, he was not selected. बट आज हमारी एक बात हुई थी इरफान पठान से, मतलब टीम की एक कॉन्वर्सेशन थी, तो वेयर ही स्पोक अबाउट कि दैट दिस इज द स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट टीम, बट वेयर वुड यू फिट शेयर्स हियर इन हियर? तो हमारे पास मिडल ऑर्डर इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग है, टॉप ऑर्डर इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग है, लोअर ऑर्डर में दैट वी हैव लाइक mid lower order may have, we have all rounders and we have good pacers also. So where would you fit in shares a year? So I believe from these comments, like the 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 conversation going towards Shreyas Iyer, I believe.
Okay. Gigi, questions for you as well. Chirag Patel says, Gigi, please justify why Rohit and Virat should retire from 50 over cricket. Give a cricketing reason there if you see there is no much of 35 plus age like test cricket.
मैं तो ये कह नहीं रहा हूँ कि विराट को सडनली रिटायर हो जाना चाहिए ओडीआई क्रिकेट से। ओडीआई क्रिकेट तो उनका वर्ल्ड कप बहुत बढ़िया गया और उसके बाद भी मतलब ओडीआई तो इज ऑलवेज आई वाज ऑफ द फर्म ओपिनियन दैट ही शुड रिटायर फ्रॉम टेस्ट क्रिकेट एंड आई एम एन एलीट कंपनी बिकॉज आई वाज जस्ट रीडिंग द अदर डे इवन मॉन्टी पानेसर सेड दैट फोर्थ फिफ्थ स्टंप के बाहर ही वाज मिजरेबल इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड थैंक गॉड ही टुक रिटायरमेंट। सो ये जो फैन जो है ना, फैनगिरी हमें बंद करनी चाहिए। हम जर्नलिस्ट हैं, हम तो भाई ऑब्जेक्टिव व्यू से देखेंगे कि ये प्लेयर का हो गया है, ही हैज प्लेड हिज बेस्ट क्रिकेट एंड इज पास्ट इट नाउ एंड इट्स time that he or she retires. And I think with Rohit, I feel that stage has come. Rohit is still pretty good with his skills with the bat in ODI cricket. He scored 76 in the Champions Trophy final. My problem is with his fitness. उनका hamstring है और hamstring का issue बार-बार आता है. He's obviously the bit of issue with weight is also there. He's worked on his fitness. It seems that he's done well. I don't know how confirmed those reports are, but it seems that he has done well in those tests that were there. बट हैविंग सेड दैट आल्सो थोड़ा सा आगे के लिए प्लानिंग करनी पड़ती है सर। खेल तो सचिन तेंदुलकर भी 2015 का वर्ल्ड कप लेते if he would have stretched himself. But then Sandeep Patil, the chief secretary that time, was of the firm opinion that you need to build a sort of a team for the future under MS Dhoni, the captain that time. So I think similarly under under Shubman Gill, you need to sort of, I mean Shubman Gill तो भी कप्तान ही डिक्लेयर हुए हैं, जो भी अगर फॉर्मली जो भी होता है, मतलब you need a slightly younger team going into that World Cup. And I guess with Virat, if the way he works on his, but then with Virat also अभी तक पोजीशन क्लियर नहीं हुई है कि वो कब आ रहे हैं सीओई अपने फिटनेस टेस्ट को देने। तो if he doesn't give his fitness test, if he's not available for those 3 A games, then where has he practiced, what has he practiced, where has he had match practice, going, and where are his fitness reports before the Australia series going, or does he straight away go there, तो ये सब की क्वेश्चंस हैं जो हम तो पूछते रहेंगे भाई। हम कोई विराट के ग्रुप के फैन नहीं है या रोहित के ग्रुप के फैन नहीं है। I was after the New Zealand series I was convinced that both of them were making a mistake of going to Australia. I was proved right. Both of them failed very badly, apart from Virat scoring a Perth in 100 in Perth in slightly easier conditions when Yashasvi Jaiswal and KL all enjoyed that huge big partnership. So and I will continue to say that you should look for to build a team for the future. And I like the Derev Insaka school of selection in that ways that and even Ajit Agarkar to an extent कि एक point के बाद में you have to look to the future. It's not about having anything against any player.
Absolutely. So since Arani is there, we've also got a super chat. Steve Sharma has sent a 40 rupees super chat. Samson smashed Stain, Malinga, Bumrah at peak. And Cricket Heroics has a question. Rishabh Pant will be wicketkeeper in World Cup. Sanju Samson is already out of top order position. Rishabh is a lefty and a middle order batter. Also, BCCI needs a poster boy for home World Cup. And there's one more question about from Arvind Atreyas. He's asking, Arani, will Rishabh play against West Indies?
Regarding playing against West Indies, I would say the chances are really good. I think he looks good. Whatever the reports are, I think he will come and meet Dinshaw Padiwala as well before going to the COE. But whatever the talks are around it, it seems that he's on track. He should not miss the first test match. So the only issue with it that the entire body weight falls on the foot. So that's the only thing that needs to be tracked. And regarding Sanju Samson, yes, Sanju Samson has been always been this big talent. I think people can't stop gushing about him. But see, he has smashed big bowlers, but has he done it consistently enough? That has been the argument against him. when he did, he was young, and yet I don't think how many 500 plus runs per seasons that he has had in IPL. Again, I would say just scan his domestic records. Those are not very impressive records as well. So that's where you get the hint that he's not consistent enough with his skills. Maybe that aura around him that this boy is such a big talent. He needs to be. It will be India's loss that he does not play for India. But he had to also convince people that he is a non-negotiable selection. That was up to him. That he has become a one format player is I think is a failure for him, I think, with the talent, with the skill that he had when he came on, that he has become this one format player. He had to be in contention with in all three formats, I would say. That kind of talent he had when he came on, burst onto the scene at the age of 18. Did he develop his skill? No, from 18, his technique against red ball, pace, against tougher conditions, he has been found wanting. So that has been the complaint of various selection committees and various team management. It's not me who's talking about it. It's right out in front of you. It cannot be that someone only one person has a vendetta against him. It's about him making that spot his own. That series against England again, the last series, where he struggled to put back the ball against top quality pace and swing. So that has to be sorted by Sanju Samson himself. Regarding Rishabh Pant, yes, I said earlier as well, the selectors have kept a door open for him. Uh, I think with a player like yes, the factors that he has said that poster boy thing, which Shubman Gill is that plays a role. That plays a big role as well. But not to that extent that you will get a guy in who is not performing, who's looking out of sorts. With a player like Rishabh Pant and Shubman Gill, they cannot be out of contention in any format. That's the kind of skill they possess. With Rishabh Pant, they believe that if he can win us two matches in a tournament single-handedly, that's enough. Like he did that on that in the T20 World Cup against Pakistan. That 42 was crucial runs. Against in tough conditions, against quality pace and very tough conditions, in a match where 120 run match, he could score those 42 runs. So that's where he holds an edge. But I'm not saying he will walk into the team. Again, Sanju Samson and Jitesh Sharma have the advantage of getting the opportunity first right now. It's up to them to make it their own. Like I think the best thing that Parthiv Patel consistently maintains that people talk about that DK and Parthiv's career was cut short because MS Dhoni happened to them, but they say that they got the opportunity to Parthiv got 3 years before MSD. DK got a year before MSD had come in. They had the opportunity to make that place their own. They couldn't. So you have to accept that. So if you have a player, power pack player, breathing down your neck, you must up your game right now. Yeah.
Okay, comments and Amit, I want you to answer this. Nagarjuna says this is just a shit tournament against club level teams or Indian players. Everything to lose, nothing to gain. Sharon says, I do not believe in this undercooked theory. If India play to its full potential, they can beat any team.
So
Yes,
who's it for? Yeah.
yeah, I agree. Uh,
Go,
I
go.
agree. I agree to this because again I will repeat that conversation when we had with Irfan Pathan today. Today, in fact, we asked him directly that Oman, theek hai, they are the lighter team. UAE are the host. That'll be like it will be a cakewalk for Indian team. But the only team will be, should India be worried that is Pakistan. He denied. In fact, the he tagged Afghanistan team like to be the like the team that who can give a fight back to India in the tournament. So I believe that progressing to the semi-final will be a easy walk for India. They can beat UAE easily. They can beat Oman, and I'm sure that in the absence of Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan, Pakistan are not looking that great at the moment, considering India, like on paper, they are the strongest side in the entire among all the eight teams in the tournament. So I believe that India will enter the semi-final. The hard, I mean, the close fight they will get from the Afghanistan in the team in the competition.
Gigi, question. Crick Radar says, my question is every player that is part of the squad, have they started practicing or not? If not, then lack of practice and connecting together back as a team can become a problem. Also, there are constantly questions about fact that Rahul Dravid may be going back to the NCA or COE. What's the update? Is there any buzz about that?
सर राहुल द्रविड़ का ज्यादा बस ये है कि वो कोई ना कोई आईपीएल टीम ज्वाइन करेंगे. आई बिलीव ही हैज गॉट 2-3 ऑफर्स एंड ही इज कंसीडरिंग कि कोई भी एक ऑफर अगर उनको सूट करता है तो वो ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं कोई ना कोई आईपीएल टीम. आई थिंक दैट सीओई दैट एनसीए दैट फेज हो गया उनका, बहुत किया उन्होंने, इंडिया कोचिंग भी हो गया. I really doubted that he's going to come back to it anytime soon. Especially India coaching तो definitely नहीं. Maybe that NCA thing, but that also I doubt. उधर लक्ष्मण वहां पर हैं और I think Lakshman is now used to that job and he's been in that played that role nicely for the last few years. And sorry, what was the other? Yeah, एक तो ये प्रैक्टिस वाला भाई 4 तारीख को वो लोग जा रहे हैं, कितना प्रैक्टिस करेंगे? ये टूर्नामेंट ही प्रैक्टिस है. जब तक एक पाकिस्तान का मैच है बस थोड़ा बहुत चैलेंज, बाकी आई मीन इन द लीग स्टेज. Obviously, in the Super Fours, you'll be challenged with hopefully Pakistan being there. भरोसा नहीं है, it could be Oman also. The way Pakistan is playing, it could be UAE also. ठीक है, लेकिन Afghanistan could obviously be a tough opponent and Sri Lanka can be tricky. Bangladesh on their day can be tricky. So, but having said that, 4-5 दिन प्रैक्टिस करेंगे उतना बहुत है एशिया कप के लिए. आप वर्ल्ड कप खेलने नहीं जा रहे हो, वर्ल्ड कप के लिए खेल जा रहे हो तो अलग बात थी. But this is okay. I mean, for this much practice, and then let's not forget it that after this tournament, there's a lot of cricket coming. बिल्कुल immediately जो है वो वेस्ट इंडीज सीरीज है. As Arani said, Rishabh Pant should be available for that. I have now my doubts कि शायद जसप्रीत बुमराह वो सीरीज ना खेलें, considering that he's till 20th going to be involved in Asia Cup. Mostly, I think he's going to be resting for that, and mostly you will need 3 spinners, and वो तीनों स्पिनर मिलके आपके 20 विकेट ले लेंगे. वेस्ट इंडीज है तो I think 1.5 days में should be enough for that. तो लाइक दैट, तो मेरे ख्याल से मोर और लेस आपका जो है इतना कोई प्रैक्टिस वाला इशू इतना नहीं होना चाहिए. आई डोंट थिंक इट शुड बी दैट बिगर इशू रियली. एज आई सेड, प्लेयर्स हैव सॉरी या
करण त्यागी एज अ कमेंट, मतलब इन लाइट हार्टेड कमेंट, आप जीजी हो, गंभीर ना बनो.
नहीं मैं गंभीर नहीं बन सकता सर. गंभीर has taken some huge punts on Indian cricket and he has pulled them off well and came out with flying colors, I must say. A lot of people were after him because they blamed him for killing the test careers of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli and बहुत सारे और players उन्होंने लिए. I think a lot of his decisions he picked the bullet, unlike the previous coach who did not sort of show that kind of steel. I thought Gambhir had it in him, and obviously the scores, the run of poor scores and all helped, but he's done well to stick his neck out and build a young team, and you have to credit him for that. You can't take away that credit from him. So he's done well actually in the limited time that he's been there, despite having started off on a pretty bad note. With the 0-3 loss to New Zealand at home and then 3-1 to Australia. I thought the England series has been redemption for him in terms of Test cricket. One day white ball cricket, I think he's already proved himself a lot, bringing back Varun Chakravarti, introducing Abhishek Sharma. बहुत सारे यंग अच्छे प्लेयर्स आए. शुभमन गिल को कप्तान बनाना फॉर इंग्लैंड टूर, वाइस कैप्टन फॉर दिस एशिया कप, गेटिंग हिम टू इन अ लीडरशिप रोल इन द लॉन्ग टर्म. काफी चीजें उन्होंने काफी अच्छी करी है. So let's give him credit for that.
Okay, Aruni, questions from sports fan. He says, what do you make of UAE wickets based on tri-series happening right now? Will this tournament again be reminiscent of T20 World Cup 21 where winning toss ultimately led to winning match? And Aruni, sports fan, also as a question in a lighthearted fan, is it again going to be Tossia Cup or will there be something new to look forward to?
I think the 2021 World Cup was held in November, October, November. It was, I think, dew used to come in. Dew was a major factor at that time, October, November. And yes, with the UAE wickets chasing has been traditionally tougher. The two tournaments, Asia Cup that I've covered this, one was one day and one was T20. In the T20 was especially chasing was very tough because when the lights come on, the new ball starts to move a little bit. So they you get an advantage of those 3-4 overs when the lights come on. And I think with the 6:30 start, pitch will be bone dry when you're batting first. And again, it's going to be very interesting on the kind of pitches that you're going to play. And the first thing that one has to keep in mind is that don't judge Abhishek Sharma, Tilak Verma, and Surya Kumar, the strike rate on these pitches. They will be far different. They will not be playing 200-run games. Shouldn't be playing by the history of the tournament, the pitch that suggests so. So you cannot be judging them on that. So you have to play the conditions first. IPL is a different thing. You want runs, the impact player rule is there and everything. So the tournament seeks runs to be scored and all that. So you are playing more 200-run plus matches. But it will be different when you play multi nation tournaments as well. It will be interesting how the pitches will be in India when India play the T20 World Cup, especially with the Indian team banking so much on Varun Chakravarti. Like people have been pointing out that Varun Chakravarti had got belt treatment during the IPL. So playing on flat decks and playing Varun Chakravarti would not. If Varun Chakravarti goes for 35 runs, 32 plus, then that does not make any sense playing him at all. You don't play him if Varun Chakravarti starts going for that many runs. So that has to be taken into account. Yes, the UAE traditionally does not. There will be 170, 180 run scores. I'm not counting the Oman and UAE matches. You can have obscene scores there as well. So unless you are playing on absolute dust balls, I don't think they will be playing on absolute dust balls because the nature of the surface is different. The square is different. It can be slow. It will not turn viciously as well. It can be slow, sluggish, and everything if you don't water it and everything. But yes, this tournament can be interesting. The reason why Pakistan and Sri Lanka, India could beat India in that tournament was of this sluggish nature of the pitches. I think with Rohit, Virat, and KL Rahul, that three got stuck in the power play against Sri Lanka as well. They could not even get away with Iksana and everyone. So that I think that left arm singer was Madhu Shankar. He did really well again. So that is so on these pitches, India has to be wary of the banana peel. This is the
So that's
banana
that's
peel
what
tournament.
Arvind
So
Atreyas is saying, that only Arani T20 format on slow pitches, all teams are in contest.
yeah, they raised it like the India had brought New Zealand into the game in the Test series last year. If you play on those dust balls again, it becomes a lottery. Play on true wickets, then the real quality is tested of the opposition. Or if it's played over a longer period of time, a 50-over tournament had it been, then even on slower pitches, I would say India would have had that upper hand because India know how to play a longer match. They have that experience. On in T20 matches, again, if these young boys don't panic, they will. This will not be that easy scoring tournament for them as they are used to. If they don't panic in those situations, I think they will be fine. It's the only thing is that you don't panic, stay in the game. I could sense in the last Asia Cup, India started panicking when the power plays didn't start going their way. And suddenly, Dinesh Karthik did not get to bat much, and Rishabh Pant was brought in again late in the tournament. Even during the T20 World Cup, India did not have that clarity. The main job now is to have the clarity what their combination would be and where they want to play the wicket keeper and everything. So that has to be very clear. And this is the India played the T20 World Cup right after the Asia Cup, but luckily this time we have another three series after this. So I think India have plenty of time to sort that out.
Amit, question from sports fans. Sri Lanka is the real deal in Asia Cups. Not only are they defending champion in terms of T20 because last time 2022, but they have won it 6 times. But their squad is least discussed after Pakistan and even Afghanistan. Are we guilty of not looking at Sri Lanka very closely?
श्रीलंका टीम्स आई बिलीव दैट उनको ऐसा टैग करा जाता है कि अंडरडॉग्स है वो विद 6 टाइटल्स आफ्टर लाइक सेकंड मोस्ट टाइटल आफ्टर इंडिया है राइट सो जाएंगे वो मतलब दे विल बी कमिंग एज अ टाइटल कंटेंडर ऑब्वियसली एंड आफ्टर अफगानिस्तान आई बिलीव दैट अफगानिस्तान आर द second most powerful team after India, and I believe that Sri Lanka are the third one. But we are not talking about them much. But they might come as a dark horse, I believe. There are players that who can change the game on its head or on their given time. But as Arani sir discussed about the Indian team की banana peel वाली बात पे, तो वो श्रीलंका टीम के साथ भी वही हो सकता है कि that the one mistake and then they will again do what
Yeah,
they have
Arvind
done in
Atreya
the
says
past.
Patum Nisanka. Again and again is mentioning Patum Nisanka.
Yeah, Patum Singha has been in a vital form. There are a couple of players in the Sri Lankan team who have done
And
really well in the.
also I must say, no conflict of interest. They've got a very good head coach as well. Okay, Gigi,
But-
question and yeah, go on.
Yeah, but well, again, I'm talking about the banana peel one thing. That example I'm giving that that one mistake and that might cost them uh, any game. In fact, against any lower order team also, lower rank team also.
Okay, Gigi, question and comment. Crick Radar says, Gigi, sir, you said practice does not matter in this type of tournament, but we should keep in mind that as it's a short tournament, losing one game in Super 4, you're almost out. And then there is a possible reference to one story that you did. Cricket Heroic says BCCI should look after Indian fast bowling setup. After Kohli's captaincy stint, there are hardly new names coming up in the test setup, doing good consistently. Akib Nabi, Rasik Salam must be added.
ताकिब नाबी डेफिनेटली आई फील वेरी गुड प्रोस्पेक्ट 4 बॉल में 4 विकेट लिए उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा प्रोस्पेक्ट है वो रसिक सलाम आई एम नॉट श्योर कितना उन्होंने मतलब परफॉर्म सबसे टैलेंटेड है नो डाउट बट कितना परफॉर्मेंस दिया है बट आकिब नाबी आई थिंक इंडिया ए के लिए उनका एक चांस बन रहा है अभी 16 से इंडिया ए के मैचेस हैं सितंबर 16 से अगेंस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलिया ए वी हैव टू टेस्ट मैचेस सो आई थिंक वहां पर आकिब नाबी डेफिनेटली होने चाहिए सो बट देखिए फास्ट बॉलर्स वो एक बहुत रेयर फेज था wherein Jasprit Bumrah came along, Umesh Yadav was already there, Ishant was already there, and then you had this new crop coming. Siraj ke aa gaye, ekdam se emerge ho gaye. So a lot of bowlers were there in the mix, and बीच में जयदेव उनादकट actually आके white ball में अच्छा करके गए. So it was a embarrassment of riches हो गया, and that was obviously too good a phase to last. And अभी लेकिन देखिए रोहित के टाइम भी अच्छा था. अभी भी धीरे धीरे ऐसा नहीं. I mean, Akashdeep did really well. I thought he won single-handedly, almost won us a test match in England. So he was absolutely brilliant. जिस तरह उन्होंने बोल्ड निकाला, especially I think Ollie Pope थे कौन थे इंग्लैंड के बैट्समैन को, तो he was very good. I thought in that test match. So ऐसा नहीं है. Prasidh Krishna was brilliant. I thought in the last test match he did pretty well. So धीरे धीरे करके I guess you'll find replacements and I think those standards were too high with Jasprit Bumrah, somebody like him around. Shardul Thakur also emerged and did pretty well. Shardul, I see, is now not the same force that he was, when he started out. So, thoda sa wo decline हुआ है overall stocks में, but I think we should be well taken care of. अभी रणजी ट्रॉफी आ रही है, domestic cricket आ रहा है, lot of cricket is coming up. दुलीप ट्रॉफी के अभी सेमीफाइनल और फाइनल बाकी है. So hopefully more and more fast bowlers should emerge because things are better now from the fast bowling perspective compared to जैसे हमारे पहले fast bowling stocks होते थे. It's not just about 2 or 3 guys, and I think as I did a story that they want to build a pool and they had an off-season camp for these fast bowlers to assess their fitness and bowling levels and everything. So I guess Tushar Deshpande and the likes, and also Anshul Kamboj was there in that was supposed to join that camp after that test match and last test match, and then there were a few others as well. There were a few all-rounders in that group. So I guess Harshit Rana has actually done decently well. इतना बुरा भी नहीं किया उन्होंने. So to be invested in. Mukesh Kumar, I thought can be invested in more. I thought he's got a raw deal. So ऐसा नहीं है, stocks हैं, थोड़ा सा we need to be patient. You cannot expect a Mohammad Siraj or a Jasprit Bumrah or a Mohammad Shami for that matter to just pop out of anywhere. And I think Shami also, if he's fit and firing, then age should not be held against him, and he should get more chances. I mean, if not in T20 cricket or white ball cricket, maybe in Test cricket if he does well in the Ranji Trophy. If he does well in first class cricket, there's no reason why he can't do the same in Test cricket at his 34, 35 age as well.
And what about that point about Gigi sir? You said practice does not matter in this type of tournament, but we should keep in mind that it's a short tournament. Losing one game in Super 4 and you're almost out, almost equating practice with doing well in the tournament.
यार यू विल बी प्रैक्टिसिंग ना, फोर्थ को जाके फिफ्थ सिक्स सेवंथ एट्थ नाइन्थ, आप 3-4 दिन मतलब दना दना प्रैक्टिस करोगे यूएई में, और वहां पर जो प्रैक्टिस फैसिलिटीज है बहुत अच्छी है। मैंने भी देखी है, आपने भी देखी है, रानी ने भी देखी है, बहुत बहुत अच्छी फैसिलिटीज है। दे आर ऑलमोस्ट लाइक टू गुड टू ऑलमोस्ट मैच सिमुलेशन हो जाता है वहां पे। सो दैट शुड बी गुड इनफ। आई थिंक थोड़ा सा ब्रेक भी चाहिए होता है प्लेयर्स को। वी वांट टू सी इंडियन प्लेयर्स इन एक्शन इन एवरी सिंगल डे, वैसा नहीं होता है। समटाइम्स अ ब्रेक इज गुड आल्सो, एज आई सेड, टू मेंटली रिफ्रेश योरसेल्फ। आई थिंक इतना बड़ा इशू को ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, एंड दीज आर ऑल वेरी क्लास हाई क्वालिटी प्लेयर्स। I mean, guys like Surya Kumar Yadav, Sanju for that. Sanju's, by the way, been playing in the Kerala Premier League and doing well. If that is any yardstick for that matter. Then also Abhishek is there, and these guys are used to, their bodies are used to instant T20 adjusting to the demands of T20 cricket. So I don't think बहुत ज्यादा। और अगर आप यूएई से हार जाते हैं या आप ओमान से हार जाते हैं तो आई एम सॉरी, फिर आप टूर्नामेंट जीतने लायक नहीं है। और प्रेजेंट पाकिस्तान टीम से भी अगर आप हार जाते हैं तो फिर आप टूर्नामेंट जीतने लायक नहीं है। So I think that will be poetic justice if you crash out after that kind of a shocker, So I think it should not be a worry going forward. I guess it would have been ideal if we had a series against Bangladesh or somebody, but nahi hua to nahi hua, and we can only hope for the best.
Okay. On that optimistic note, thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us today on this show. We'll be back again tomorrow. Orani, Amit, and Gigi will be joining again tomorrow with yet another fresh show. And to everyone watching, please keep liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting on all our videos and be part of the conversation right here. And to the backend team, thanks a lot. We'll see you tomorrow. Till then, goodbye and God bless.